Hi, I'm Rick Grimaldi, and we're here today at Neumann University to talk about how small business owners can ensure that their employees are in a safe and respectful workplace. A respectful workplace starts with the idea that people listen to each other and communicate. So employees can hold management accountable in the workplace by, frankly, demanding that the workplace be one of respect, be one of safety, by raising issues, and that's very important, not avoiding issues as they arise. They have to have the ability, and they should take management up on the opportunity to talk to them. So as a manager, building a positive workplace culture really has two prongs, in my opinion. One is walk the walk. Show your employees that you value respect in the workplace. Number two, walk the walk. Get out among your employees and listen and observe what they're doing. And that will go a long way toward contributing to that culture. A tangible employment action in the workplace, we talk about this in the context of what would be supervisory harassment or retaliation. And a tangible employment action can be something as severe as terminating someone, or something as subtle as changing their assignment for the worse, and moving them into places where they are not pleased, they can't do their job. That's a tangible employment action. And when that begins to happen, it becomes very difficult for a lawyer to raise any sort of defense for an employer. Some common examples of different kinds of harassment and discrimination in the workplace are, probably the most serious would be physical touching. Clearly the most serious. It could be comments or jokes based on someone's protected class. And then there are more subtle, for example, maybe a slight change in assignment that makes it more difficult for you to do your job. First of all, it begins well before that. You'll know that it's not respectful in how people interact with each other. That is probably the key warning sign. And then it goes from there, because the soft issues could be something like attrition, people leaving, people increased absenteeism, clear warning signs. People huddled in groups, those sorts of things. If you begin to see that, and the only way you see that is if you are in fact walking around and paying attention and listening to your employees. But those are the sorts of things you should be paying attention to. An important element, and many important elements of a complaint procedure, are the ability to go skip levels, for example. So, quick example, if you're my supervisor and I believe you're harassing me, I certainly can't go to you. So I have to have the ability to go somewhere. Now that can be difficult in a small business where there may not be levels of reporting structures. It would be good then to have some sort of ombudsman or someone like that. So an employee who feels that they've been harassed or discriminated against in the workplace has a number of options. One, and the best practical situation is to address it with the individual. We know that doesn't always work. So then take advantage of, if they're in place, the policies and procedures that your employer has for you. Utilize those. And in the worst case scenario, if those things don't exist, and we always hope they do, you can go to an outside agency and raise your complaint. From the small business owner's perspective, the right time to start thinking about these issues, sexual harassment, discrimination, and a process and procedure and policy, is the day you decide to open that business. I want to thank you for listening, and frankly, thank you for the opportunity to be able to provide some tools, some things you can put in your toolbox that will help you as you go forward with your business.